Hey, it's your pal Filthy once again. We're back with Sons of the Forest. Today we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. We're going to try and go out and find a better axe. We're going to try and collect some supplies. And based on the experience with the cannibals up to this point, I think the last thing that we're going to do is try not to crap our pants. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, and back once again in on the island. We're not really sure the name of this island or where it's located. I'm just going to guess based on the climate that it's like the Pacific Northwest. Either way, we're back. And as you can see, I made a couple changes to the base camp in between the end of the video and the start of this one, or the end of the first video and the start of this one, rather. Basically, the idea is it's just a basic defensive structure with hopes that at night, because I've built it this way, the fire will be less visible from inland. Like you might be able to see the fire if you're looking from over there, but regardless, that's basically all I did. And I'm gonna tell dear Kelvin to stay here because sometimes I worry about him getting lost when he's trying to follow me and then end up in a position that he's in danger and there's nothing I can do about it. Anyone that's unfamiliar with the game, anytime you log out and log back in, all of the items that spawn in certain locations return. So it's a bit of a cheat, but it's also like it pays dividends in that I can guarantee that I've got rope and sticks and things like that. And actually, on that note, I'm going to open the inventory and get... One of the first things I want to do is get a spear, but we need 2 sticks for that, so we'll have to go hunting for sticks, and yeah, off we go. Okay, so we've done all the collecting we can do here on the beach. What I want to do next is get adventuring. So I'm going to be heading to the east of us here to that purple icon you see on the GPS there, and then I'm going to work my way west to those 2 green dots, and then probably keep heading west and eventually southwest to that little bay there, and work our way back to the base. I think to start, I'm gonna walk along the beach and then work my way into the forest from the beach, just as like an added layer of protection, and then we'll hopefully we should keep the cannibals kind of at bay, kind of off to the side of us as opposed to attacking us. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so while exploring the beach here, I came across something interesting that appears to be a dead guy. Or a dead person. I shouldn't assume their genders. Hello, dead person. Let me just take your crap here. Alright, we're going to keep going along the beach, and at this point I'm just going to take a second and say thank you to anyone that's watched the video up to this point. It's really appreciated. If you've watched my Farm Simulator videos, you know that I will say that often. You know that I will always extend a thank you in each of my videos, and again, I know that I don't need to, I know that it's not necessary, but the way I see it is I know how much time goes into making these videos now, and I know that people take time out of their day to watch things like this, so it's really an appreciation for what I have, for the time that you're dedicating to just watching something that I've made. So thank you for that. And you can see here that the beach is pretty barren for the most part, other than that spawn location and a couple spots around the island where there's a bunch of stuff. And I mean, it certainly makes sense, because why would you... It wouldn't make sense from a game standpoint to have a bunch of stuff on the outskirts of the island, for meaning you never really have to go in. And we're gonna keep exploring. I decided in between videos here that what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to move bases pretty early on, in the sense that that there's no source of fresh water where I'm set up, so like no matter how you twist it, I'm gonna have to go hunting for water, and that's less than ideal. You should definitely be setting up in a location that has water readily accessible, because until you get the ability to make a flask, then you're kind of screwing yourself over in a sense. Alright, we haven't made it to the purple icon, but I found this while walking along, so I figured I'd bring you back in to show this off. This is part of the reason I love this game, is the fact that they have littered this game with stuff for you to look at and see and find, and kind of, if you've never actually played the story, then you can kind of make your own assumptions with, why is there like plates and wine bottles and stuff on the ground, why is there oars broken up and what have you. Like, they've they've clearly thought about what would have brought people to this island, as opposed to just, yeah, you're on an island, there's mutants, deal with it. And we'll get the extra tarp and energy drink. Wow, okay. There's a lot of energy drinks here. I feel like perhaps this game was sponsored by Red Bull or something. Oh, cool, printer resin. So somewhere in the game there's a 3D printer that you can access, and you'll have the ability to print various things like a flask. You'll have the ability to print a sled. That way you can go to the top of the mountain and make your way back down. You'll have the ability to print arrows and armor and things of that nature, which will very much come in handy as you get a bit later in the game. And, oh, this is a cozy little spot. It's got wine and rocks, and there's a stereo here somewhere, which I'm gonna hoping is copyright-free music, so I don't have to get my video taken down. Lots of good stuff, including stun gun ammo, which makes me think that there's a stun gun somewhere in the game. I'll get it saved and keep rolling. Oh, ooh. You come here often? Take all of that and just give this area just a quick once around. We're gonna keep rolling. I'm always trying to think about what would make a good base, a good defensible location, and I thought maybe here, like if I could start my little house against one of the walls, but call me a wuss, but I don't really like to set up in positions that have dead bodies, so we'll keep moving along, and yeah, as per usual, I'll bring you back in if anything happens, but otherwise we're heading to that purple dot. Thanks. Alright, welcome back. We're not quite there yet, but I started hearing the shriek of cannibals around me, and that's something I gotta give credit to the developers of this game. It is so unsettling when... Oh, there's one. There's one. As I was saying, it's very unsettling how often... What? What? Lassie fall down a well? Like, what's the problem? I'm just here collecting stuff. I'm not here to fight anyone. We're good. We're good. Don't attack me. It also puts me in a position I don't really want to turn my back to them. Like, I'd be worried that if I turn my back, they're gonna lunge. As you can hear, there's an obnoxious beeping that's telling us that we're getting close to the GPS. And we're all perhaps over at this grave, yeah. Okay, so that's unfortunate. This GPS is buried underground. We'll close that so it shuts the hell up. So basically, we're going to have to come back to this one whenever we find or manufacture a shovel. I'm not sure how you... Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep moving on here. I'm just going to head this way for a little bit so the beeping of the GPS isn't as obnoxious. And then we'll get going to the next icon, which I believe was that one, that direction. I did, however, want to head this way and check out this little body of water that's on the GPS here. And, yeah, just to reiterate what I was saying before we got to the GPS there, credit to the developers of this game that they've made it genuinely unsettling when you just like how often you will hear and see, or hear bad guys and not see them, and how often they'll be doing things like hiding in a bush, and you have literally no idea. Okay, so we'll keep heading towards the northwest here, and then from there we'll kind of keep circling and see if we can't find some stuff on our way back to the base. The idea being, I don't want to look up where things are. I don't want to quote unquote cheat in that sense. Like, I much rather just think the way I would think and operate the way I would operate in a survival. Say hello. Jeez Louise. Hi, guys. And just proving once and for all why I didn't bring Kelvin, because they seem almost more disturbed by Kelvin than they do by me. And I don't want to instigate. Hey, I was talking. Don't be rude. I don't want to instigate them because I'm trying to prolong my experience with this game. The first time I played it, well before recording, I got about 4 days in, and then I got just absolutely annihilated by a group of cannibals that came to my base. And I think part of the problem there was simply the fact that I was so focused on building a base that I didn't at all prioritize exploring and getting health and getting items. And like, I didn't have a spear, I didn't have a bow, I didn't really have anything to defend myself other than this basic axe, and that kind of put me in a really bad shape for when I was getting attacked. Alright, we'll keep going, and it appears as though these green dots don't have the same obnoxious beep that the purple ones do, but we'll keep going along, collecting berries and what have you. I'm not really sure what the different berries do up to this point. Like, I know, in my opinion, it seems like the blueberries don't really do anything. In my personal file, I ate like 20 of them in a row, and I don't think that I got a single like notch up on my food bar. So it's like, what's even the point other than to say blueberries are fun, I guess. Okay, that's a golf cart. That's a 2 golf carts with a dead body. All right, let's go in there, and worst case Ontario, we end up leaving almost immediately. So we'll see what happens. Okay, let's give this a try. And it's my understanding with the cave systems that there's several of them that you can't really progress in the cave until you get certain items. So this may be a journey that's done well before it even gets started. But in general, I kind of don't really want to go exploring too deep into this. But I'll is that a light? What? Is that a hatch? What is this? Friggin' what is this? Lost? Food and dining. I like both of those things. All right, I'm sure this place is safe. Huh. Awful lot of dead bodies for a place that I just deemed safe. Okay, let's explore, I guess. Steak bites? Bacon bites? My God, what is this heaven? I mean, ignoring the blood and the dead bodies and stuff, this place is unreal. Ramen noodles? It's like living in college. Cereal? Jeez Louise, there's raw meat? Holy crap, this is a gold mine. Note of some kind in email. Thought you might find this interesting. We're calling it Artifact 1. Might be related to the cube that you guys found. Okay. Take some crossbow bolts, which to me indicates that crossbows are a thing in this game, but I guess we'll find out. I feel like that's a door that needs a keycard just based on the keycard pad next to it. Well, we'll keep exploring, see what happens. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything in this room. There's a Roomba, so that's cool. A disappearing Roomba, alright. Lots of dead bodies. You guys are just hanging out on the job. All right, that's a waste of our money, but all right. And just to confirm, yeah, I don't have any key card or anything. So, um, is that a ramen we can collect? No, it's a ramen that's been eaten. We'll check these notes. Food for tonight's event only. Well, I don't know what event you're having, but I've stolen a bunch of your stuff. Okay, so that's kind of fun. I'll keep the little tent thing that I set up above it here, and we'll know for future reference that this cave is here, that this food and dining bunker is there, and I suspect that this is a spot that we can always come back to if we're running low on food. Because as I said, when you leave the game and come back, these types of locations will respawn the items that are in it. So that includes the food that we just collected. But at this point, I don't know what the GPS was trying to tell me with the dot here. Maybe it was in fact just the cave here. Anyway, we're gonna head to that one to the northeast or northwest of us, excuse me, and then from there we'll follow the river back down to the base, and we'll go from there. And if anything happens, I'll bring you back in. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, I can see almost nothing. The sun has gone down, so I'm literally just following the river back down to the beach. I didn't get to the last green dot because it got way too dark, and until I'm better prepared with like the proper weapons and what have you, then I'm just putting myself in a position that I'm gonna get hurt real bad if I have a serious run-in with the local population. So we're heading back, and it's pretty really dark. So that's fun. I have no idea if they're around me. I have no idea if they're following me. I just know that I'm scared. So that's something to keep in mind as you play this game yourself is when it gets dark, it gets really dark. So that's definitely something to consider as you plan what you're going to do, what you're going to accomplish, because like I would love to be in the trees in the forest right now kind of exploring on my way back, but I just simply can't see. So the best way to to stay safe, I guess, is to keep the river in view in sight, because I don't know if it's actually a survival thing or if I've just made up a survival scenario, but I was always under the impression that it's good in a like it's good in a survival situation to like follow the river or whatever. It's entirely possible that I've just made up this information and I'm completely full of it, but we're gonna pretend that I know what I'm talking about. Oh god, this is real unsettling not being able to see anything. And the lighter here helps a little bit. Actually, do I have you know what? I know I've got flares that the only problem with this is if the AI is as smart as I'm giving them credit for, I'm essentially leading them back to my base. But I can't see anything, so it's what I gotta do right now. Okay, I can kind of see on my fire there, so we're on track. There's a cave there, but we're not even gonna look at that right now. That's a cave for another day. At this point, we're just gonna go to bed, and then I think when we wake up, we'll get a spear and maybe a bow sorted, and then we'll go from there. Probably do a bit of hunting, and then that's where we'll call it an episode. All right, and this is what I like to see is the... Can I throw this away? I don't. Oh, I was hoping it would hide or go in the water, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so let's sleep the night away. Oh, that flare is still burning. That's cool. So what we're gonna do now is first and foremost, let's get. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Get 2 sticks, some tape, and a knife, and that creates a spear. And then we remove that, and then I want to know how to make a bow. So that is 2 sticks, rope, and tape. 2 sticks, rope, and tape. There we go. So now we've got our 2 probably most used weapons for the majority of the game, and then the last thing we want to make is arrows, which we'll put these itty-bitty rocks on there, and then if you look, it takes 4 rocks. Oh, I don't have any feathers, so I won't be making arrows yet. Crap. Okay. Kelvin, do you think you can fish, buddy? No, you know what? We're gonna let you stay here. You're kind of an idiot. Alright, let's see if we can't find some seagulls or something to dine on, as morbid as that sounds. But we're getting hungry, and I don't really have a food source right now. I don't really have a water source right now, so we're going to have to make do with what's around. And, oh, yeah, I collected a bunch of raw meat when I was at that bunker. Let's just eat that. And this is definitely something I'm going to have to consider. Like, this will likely push me away from this base a lot sooner than I thought it would, in that it's not close to anything. There we go. There we go, and there we go. I'll just hang out by the fire, let them cook. There we go. Get all that cooked meat. Give me the cooked meat, please. Don't make me walk in the fire. There it is. Alright. Now we eat said cooked meat. And we'll take an energy drink, as I feel like that helps with thirst. There you go. We're back to full strength here. Okay, and Calvin, you're going to come with me this time. We're going to go see if we can't get some, like, squirrels and stuff like that, and then after a bit of hunting, we'll call it a day. If you are an animal lover, I encourage you to skip ahead at this point. If you don't care, you want to watch the game, I'm, unfortunately for these turtles, gonna make them get got. So I'm gonna cut out the graphic parts, but yeah, these turtles are unfortunately at their end. Okay, so the turtles got met their end. I'm gonna keep wandering the beach because I'd like to get some seagulls, because the way to get feathers is to kill birds. But I'm also realizing that I can build a little birdhouse at my base camp, and it will automatically collect feathers, but I still wanted to try and wander a little bit and see if there's anything on this beach now that we've got some daylight to work with. I know that there is something of importance in that cave there, but frankly, I just don't have the gusto right now. Bird! Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Bite me, magic bird. You can fly through rocks and stuff? That's not fair. If I could fly through rocks too, I would have got you, you jerk. Oh, so we've made it pretty far down the beach, and still no birds or anything, so I think at this point we're just going to head back, and I'm going to build the birdhouse and kind of start that process, because we are for sure 100% going to need arrows to be successful in this game. Like, I'm surprised I haven't been attacked at this point. Maybe I just jinxed myself, but regardless, it's going to happen at some point, and it's unsettling me a little bit that I haven't found any seagulls or anything in order to get feathers. So we're going to have to find a way to make that work. To be honest, if I wasn't so friggin' worried about the cannibals all the time, I would set up in a spot like this, but My thought process with this game, having watched the first one religiously online and watched several people play this one, is that my thought process is I don't want to risk having to defend myself from multiple sides. And yes, I took out the axe because I saw the effigy here with just a leg and just a torso. Come here, squirrely, 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 squirrely. Ha! And we'll just... Oh, what? Hey, fellas. Just getting out of the sun? And lazy bones just hanging around. Alright, let's keep moving, and we'll get back to the base, and we'll get the birdhouse built, and then at that point we'll call it an episode. I'll do a little bit more grinding, see if I can't get some arrows before the next video. But either way, it's been fun. I think we're off to a good start in the sense that I've already got more things than I ever had in my personal playthrough. Which I believe was part of my problem with why I was unsuccessful, is, again, I was so just gung-ho about building and the building mechanics and stuff that I didn't even think about collecting resources and stuff. So that's something I'd like to emphasize as the series goes on, is we're going to have to be collecting a bunch of stuff to find success. Like, you can skate by just building, but I don't think that you'll really ever progress unless you're putting yourself in a position that you can go into caves and stuff like that without any fears. Okay, here is our little building guide. It has a bunch of things: stick storage, rock storage, log storage, bone storage, which is kind of creepy, the drying rack, shelves, rock paths, and so on and so forth. But this is what I was looking for, and I will put it in a spot that is easy to get to, but I also want it a little bit hidden from the local population. So we'll put it there. I only need 4 more, so we'll take 4 from there. Okay, and now periodically that birdhouse will just have feathers in it, which is kind of really cool. And yeah, we'll build one more thing before we get out of here. And I wanted to build the drying rack, but to my knowledge, putting things on the drying rack, like building the drying rack, attracts the bad guys. So I'm going to try and avoid that. I just wanted to double check if there was anything else here that... oh, a small animal trap. There you go. I don't think that they'll come out this way, so what we'll do is we'll put the small animal trap kind of in the trees here, and we'll check that every day as part of our routine. Again, thank you so much for joining me. It's I feel like this game is going to test both my editing skills and my gamer skills, but I think it'll be worth it. This game is so much fun to experience, and like, as much as it was super unsettling that I had a situation where I was surrounded by guys and I couldn't even do anything about it, it was so much fun that that's a thing. Like, how many games can you think of where you're put in a position that you have no idea what's about to happen, and you know that you're surrounded? And like that, we're done. I don't think I have to bait the trap or anything, just leave it like that, and yeah. So we'll go back, we'll save, and from there I'll say bye. Thank you again for joining me. I think in the next episode we're going to try and venture in... I'm going to do a bit of research to see the rough idea of where the better axe is, and I'm also going to do some research into where we can find some feathers, and I know that there's a pistol and stuff like that. Like, I'm going to do some research into the rough areas that things can be found, and then next episode will be an adventure episode, and then the episode after that we'll go back to building some stuff. But either way, thank you, and I'll see you around.